My wife took up gardening. I wonder what she's going to plant. Yes, you dear. So this during the week. I haven't seen it before, so I thought looks interesting. If you got a little fig tree, I have. No, I ain't got I ain't got the courage to take that many shoots off though. If anyone got those, right. This chap's fed up with the weather, like we all are. But apparently he's got to start warming up from Tuesday. Let's hope I'm right. Tabury, this is the first Tabury I'd come in a bit of a crap state. Top was snapped off and then sent the wrong one. So that's going to be potted up later on for our bringing boy. I'm going to take that down Thursday for our next meeting. So next pot side up. Bit of paper in the bottom. Two mixes. One with my compost. Take the worms out, obviously, before I do that. And this is a mixture of the leaf mold, rollers mix, and everything. Bit of alpaca muck under his arris. So he's going to have a nice feed and a mixture with the other two. Bung him in, see where I've got to put him. Lift him slightly, just to the white roots, so he's just coming back into life again. Just like most things are doing nowadays. So I got my depth, take him out. While that pot was in there, I'm pushing that pot up against the side so this lot doesn't collapse when I take the pot out. Also had from Parks, 3 canner semaphore. Why did I send away for them? Because he's a corker. We see him later on. Right, got my table in. Straighten him up. Back him on the top. Put him outside. This is a tepid rainwater, greenhouse temperature. Give him a nice soaking. Give him a half hour. Then go and give him another soaking. Look after him. These leeks, 5 pots I got eating leeks. These will be going down to our bringer by Thursday as well. Blackberry, top of the garden. There's loads of stuff this year. Got bloody aphids on. You can see them on there. There's hordes of them. So all I'm doing, put my spray on jet and splatting them. Does work, but you've got to go around the next day as well. Because any eggs that have been left. Lidl. This was last Sunday. Standard fuchsias. £9. Some bosses in there. In fact, while I was there, about 8 of these went straight away.
Evening.
Hello there?
Hello.
Yes. Evening. Right, I had one of these. I had one a couple of years ago. And I thought I'm going to give him another go. So next pot size up. And he's going to go up there. Which he did last year. I did have some wires up there. I'm going to have to replace them. Nice white roots. This was a week yesterday down the shed. I'm just doing a bit of a cleaning up in between punters. His Highness doing the tour. There's a good one. That's that cannon I sent for semaphore. That's why I want him. Beautiful variegated leaf and a nice yellow flower with a red throat. Plus, he ain't too tall. He's a nice dwarf. He'll go ideal in the middle of my raised bed. That's what I want him for. That's why he come in. These are from Holland. If they have got the virus, like them there, made from Canada. He said they shouldn't send them out unless they got shoots on. They've got no shoots on. Signs of shoots. The growing medium, what they packed them in. This weren't a bad mix actually. I'd love to know what it was. So three pots I'm going in. Right, I'm going to give them a go. But I've kept all the reports, everything when they were sent, who buy them, whatever. So if they do end up with the virus, then they'll have a nice little horizontal, about 2 inches deep. The brew, which I did have them growing in, I've mixed that with this lot as well. Top them off. Just give them a nice watering. In fact, everything, I'm checking for the water, everything's in the pot. These are the ones in the shed. Me, Gladiola, cornets. So obviously they ain't going to get no rain there. I think Tuesday night it's got to be down to 4 again. And then it starts warming up. So after that, say Wednesday onwards, then I'll throw these back outside, up against up the side of the greenhouse. Nick Brake was going to give some a talk through his setup, but he messaged me earlier on. He can't make it, but he will do his talk next week with a new set of photos.
He's on now, Mick.
Hey, oh, he's
He's
back
on
early.
now.
He's back early then. I've took his photos off anyway. Too bloody late. So
Can you hear me?
week. Yeah,
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll just come in. Yeah, I'll do it in 2 weeks' time, Mick.
yeah. Okay, mate. Well, next week I'll.
Yeah, next week.
This was last week. England, Ireland. Brilliant game. Boston. I thought this was brilliant. COVID. Have to wear a mask. Now, because of the prices of the fuel, you wear the mask over your eyes. We do rip us off. Jeffrey. He's a good-looking person.
Hello, Mick.
Evening, Jeffrey. All yours, mate.
Yeah, you said go through it quick, so I will. These are the Gladiola chromes that are big enough to go out from the 200 I got a few years ago from oh, what's her name? Olga in Ukraine. So they were all the little pea-sized ones. So I'll put them all in pots, let them grow. These are the ones that are big enough to go out in full ground. So I did. Underneath there, you'll see that's on top is a mesh and also on the bottom.
Mesh. Yeah.
So the one on the right is the mesh and the bottom mesh. Then I put some earth over it. Then the cormlets. Then another piece of mesh. Stick the sticks through so I know what it is. The flags always point to the right, to the left. So everything that goes up to the stick is what the name is, the variety is. I have to do this because of the foals. They eat everything. So these are wedged between two pieces of mesh, top and bottom. Then I cover them with earth. I've got a pick now. Did it yesterday. Cover them today with earth. I've got a pick. I'll put it on the group later. Gimmick.
Nice.
Sweet potatoes. These are the ones that I've cut off 3 days ago to put into water, but they've already got roots, so I'm going to put them on tomorrow, I think. Yeah. I just prick them off, put them in water, but I don't do them individually. Normally you take one little shoot, like one slip, and put it into water. I just take out a clump with the sweet potato still on them. So you've got kind of 3 or 4 shoots that are coming out of the bottom as well. Yeah, mate. And these ones I did 3 weeks ago. They're cracking plants now. So I've got some early ones that are big like this, And then I've got the new ones to do tomorrow or day after. Yeah, mate. Eating onions, eating leeks. New variety I'm trialing from the seeds I saved last year. Yeah, so I grow them in pots like this, and then I do this. Next photo. Split them in half. Next photo. Ah, no, wrong one. Then when I split them in half, I just pop them in the ground in soil and let them develop till they're big enough. And about June time, I plant them in the place I want them to grow the rest of the year. And this year they kept growing till the 1st of April when I took them out, and they were fairly sized, good sized leeks. This is a hoop house I'm building, but just for cauliflowers, for all brassicas. So I'm going to net it with the stuff that's at the bottom, the white stuff. It's scaffolding netting, but not the very fine one, so it doesn't take up too much wind. So I'm going to cover the whole thing, put a door in, and that's it. And hopefully no spraying for caterpillars or anything anymore. Keep it natural. This is what I still have to do. The only thing I've grown in the garden that's outside is the elephant garlic, and that's it. The rest has still got to be done because it's so wet here. Every single day in April we've had rain. The only thing you can see there is the pots with the daffodils that have gone over, and just at the bottom, the two pots, they're seedlings from dahlias that I grow every year. So right here in front of the leeks, the what's it called? Elephant garlic. Yeah, they're all plugs that I grow. Just stick them in the ground, well, in the pots, and let them go. Yeah, mate. So see, it really is nothing like other years. You can't work outside because it's constantly raining, and that's it. That's all the pots that you see with weeds in. I just turn over those pots into another pot, put the weeds at the bottom, stick holes in them, and stick my dahlias in. Yeah, mate. This is weeds, and the rest is what's it called? Freesias. So it's first time the freesias have come through from seed. So I've said, okay, I've got a packet of them and I scattered them last year, October time, put soil on top, and they're coming out now. We'll see what happens. Yeah, mate. This is delphinium right now at this time. There's even one with a little flower on it, a purple flower
Yeah,
in the
good.
middle. They're going very well. I don't know why, because the other ones in full ground are not going that well. But these just seem to love it.
I've
Yeah.
got a couple about that size, same size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, mine in the one in full ground are smaller. They're there, but they're smaller. I think it's just the black tub that's getting more sun
Yeah.
and heating up quicker. Yeah. This is a problem I have. So I've got all the leeks planted in the pots for big leeks. I've got 5 varieties, but this one I noticed was splitting. And I said, that's strange. I'll have a look. I can't see allium leaf miner or anything at the bottom. But if you look, if you zoom in, you'll see all white little bugs. And I don't know what it is. So I don't know what to do. Don't know what to spray or anything or what. Just I popped them outside. And the rest are in the greenhouse and they're fine. I checked them all, they're all fine. It's just this one. So any advice from anybody would be good on that one afterwards. I'll try it with TCP in tomorrow.
Mm,
You know, the gargling stuff.
yeah. I was going to say very weak solution of Jay's fluid.
But that's a reserve anyway, so I'll
Yeah.
try it and see what happens. Yeah, Mick?
They're not springtails, are they? Them little chaps. Although now they stay in
I-
the soil, springtails.
I don't know. I've got, if I pull out soil anywhere in the garden, and I do mean anywhere in the garden, they're full of springtails. And if
Good.
I have a pot inside and I water it, I mean thoroughly water it, so it kind of, the water raises above the level of the soil,
Yeah.
it's like a white carpet. So I hope they're springtails, but I'm
Mm.
not sure. Yeah, mate. These are one of the kind of leek. These are, no, that's number 6. Number 6. Long branch leek from John Soulsby.
This from seed.
Yeah, from seed. I just grew them in. I don't know. They're number 6 is. Oh no, Russian giants. They're from seeds from, what's it called? Happy Green or something. This from there. I don't know if you're able to. From there, from seeds from them. It's an Irish company. Green Shop Happy or something.
Oh,
But they're good. They got a root system incredible. Yeah, take one forward, Nick. Yeah, so that's number 2. That's Y1. Y1 is Bulgarian Giants, sown September 20th. Yeah, so they've got massive root balls, all of them. I put them into little pots. Well, first sow them individually, then little pots, then in liter pots, and now the liter pots have got into these. And now there's a picture of the roots in there as well normally. Yeah, Mick?
did these have any heat at all?
No,
Excellent.
no, I put, I don't know if I showed you before, I had one of those little tunnels you can get in the little,
Yeah.
those tents.
Inside. Yeah.
Yeah, and I put it inside my polytunnel,
Oh,
just put everything in there. And then I put a candle that burns 8 days, one of the red tube candles. And I put a pot over it, crock pot. And
excellent. Well, that's
that's
worked,
it.
then, isn't it?
That's it. But I'm way ahead with the leaks this year by last year.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. This is Y4, which is elephant leeks, also from a happy green thingy I'm trialing. They say they're very big. So I said, okay, the girth should be really good. Said, okay, I'll try that one as well. Yeah, go on, Mick. The furthest to the, yeah, the furthest from, well, the one on the right really, are pot leeks. The other ones are Long Blanche from John Soulsby. Yeah. And that's the watering system that I use now. And it works very, very well. You take old garden hose, clamp it shut at the end, the length you want. You put a little hole in with like something to prick in, so something with bridle, I think it's called. And then you pop this in, and it's got like a hook, like a fish hook,
Yeah.
and it can't get out again. And then you regulate it. You can either let it sprinkle, let it drip, or whatever you want. And that's just connected to a water vat. Yeah, Mick. Okay, that's Y2. That is pot leaks from Paul Rochester. That's from him. So
Them should
all
be good
kinds
then.
of leaks testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Y5 is oh, that's the Italian one. It's hard to say. Mostruoso di Carenta, also from Happy Green Seeds. And that's supposed to be an eating leek for outside, but it says it grows very big in girth. So I said, okay, I'll try that one as well. So I've got 6 leeks, 6 different cat sets of them, and I've got 6 leeks of each. Yeah, mate.
Good man.
Like this is what for? That's what for? Elephant leek. Also from Happy Green. Yeah, mate.
Looks a good one.
Yeah, and that's like I put them with the 1 liter pot in there, then fill it up, leave it for I left it for about a month, and then pull out the pot, turn it over, put the leek back in. Yeah, mate. And that's the rules they have. So I did it for a month, and I think I left it about a week too long. But I'm not
Nice
sure.
white thick roots.
So that's all it. Yeah. This is a blueberry. That's when you can sow it, prune it, harvest it when it flowers. But they came from Lidl because I wanted to do an experiment. I got 5 of them. Yeah, mate. That's the name of them. Duke. Yeah, mate. So these are 5 buckets in soil with no holes in them. And the idea is, there you can see the leeks, what I did with them when I split them in half, the eating leeks for June. So I put 5 buckets in there, no holes. So in the first bucket of the 3 on the top is going to go the ordinary garden soil that I scrape up from where the bucket is next to it, fill the bucket, and put in one of those blueberries. Then the second bucket is going to be garden compost you get from supermarkets, the cheap stuff. Then the next one is going to be compost I made myself. Then the other 2, one is going to be the irrigation compost I get from the store. And then you remember 2 or 3 years ago, I collected all pine needles and let them rot down for compost. So finally, they're ready. So that's why I wanted to do the trial this year. So that's going in there. So it's going to be 5 bushes and 5 ways of growing, and keep an eye on them over 2 or 3 years. Yeah, mate.
Quick question, Jeffrey. Why aren't you putting holes in the buckets at the bottom?
So the water can get into it from beneath as well. Now, see, if you put them just in a bucket, if it rains and you don't put holes in, it's going to flood, and they're going to rot off. If I don't put holes in it, and it's too hot, they can't get at the roots cannot get at that in water. So I'm going to do it like this and see if they tap into the other soil as well, because they're the same depth buckets as the pot is of the blueberries that they came in. Yeah, Mick. See, there's just the buckets. Yeah. No, go on. And they are the blueberries. So you see the pots are the same depth as the pots that they came in. So I'm going to fill them up tomorrow with compost and see what they do. Yeah.
Good man. Another trial.
Yeah, that's them, the blueberries. They're not best quality because they were end of sale. I got them for €2 each. It's about £2 each. But they already have flowers on and everything, so I'll nip off all the flowers. This is the leeks. that I told you about. 3 pots I split because there's about 30, 40 seeds in a pot, and that's too much. So I just split them and put them in there. Then I will let them grow till June, and June I pop them out in the place where I want them to stay all summer and winter long. Yeah, mate. And this is what I thought was a nice display. I got bluebells last year. I collected them from in the woods, where we have our allotments. There's full of them. I said, right, I'll put them in. I said, what do I put in for extra color? So I had wallflowers left over, seeds. So I said, okay, wallflowers in, and looks good. Yeah, mate.
Nice bit of colour art.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you, Jeffrey.
No problem.
Anybody got any questions for Jeffrey while I'm on him?
Yes, I have.
Hi, Paul.
You know those little things on your leak?
Yeah.
I've had bad aphids this year,
Yeah.
and I've got them underneath the magnifying glass, and all those little white things was all around the aphids.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if they're the offsprings or not. But if you get them under a strong magnifying glass, you can see them a little bit better. But how I put paid to them was, have you heard of a stuff called Provanto or Bravado?
No.
It's I think it's one of the
Bravado,
Bayer products.
Ah, okay. We've got wire over there.
And it's openly available. You can buy it anywhere. It's not a banned substance or anything like that. And you only mix something like 2.5 mil to a gallon of this
Oh.
stuff, so it goes a long way. And it done the job. It got rid of them. I think it took two, maybe 3 sprays, but they're as clean as a whistle now.
Yeah, but I want to spray the leaks anyway. This week inside the tunnel, all of them. I want to
Mhm.
spray for allium leaf miner and leak moth.
Yeah.
So I'll take the other one with it as well. Thanks, Paul.
All right.
Cheers, troops. Cape Gooseberries. My mate John Murphy's coming up again this year for our show. And he's messaged me. He's got loads of these. He loves them. And he's bringing a jar of jam with him. Cape Gooseberry jam, along with other things. He's a good lad. This is one of the canners I dished out early on to our members, the Garney Club. Sent me a photo. I said, if you ain't got a greenhouse, just put it on a sunny windowsill if you can get away with it in a house. And is impressed, and I am and all. Excellent. So I had to tell her to check the route, make sure it ain't getting root bound. But good to see somebody with interest. Oh, love it. Somebody bought me that for my 70th. We didn't have the party, good bloody COVID stopped it. So I'm going to get through it before it goes out of date. This was last Sunday on our reunion. This is going past the old barracks. I tried to take a photo while I was driving. Victory Barracks, it used to be, it's now called HMS Nelson. That was a bit of a hole when I was there, but things have changed. Back down Pompey again for our reunion. Luckily, when the sun does come out, and it did here, we've got the sun all afternoon. Honest, still a bit nippy, obviously. Still got to have coats on, but slowly we all started turning up. While I was sober, got to get me some seaweed. Loads of it. But because of the weight of it and the smell of it, I'm going to get the dry stuff. That's the main dockyard gates are up here. So, and where we're staying is right around the corner. Travelodge. So that's us lot there. And Ship Anson. Pub's been there for moons. But good to meet up with the troops. Plus we can get a discount in there as well. They looked after us. And I mate there, he was ex-Matlow and all. I think he did 8 years or something. And he only went to 3 different countries. Jesus, what? Look at that lot. Love that in the Midlands. That's me getting the dry stuff. Well, I was there, I saw a bloke, and that reminded me because I used to be ship's painter. Red Admiral, we used to use it. And it brought back memories. And I mentioned that to him. He said, Christ, I wish I could get hold of that. He said he can't get hold of it anymore. Back in the boozer, you don't see the ship's crest. It's packed out with them. But good afternoon. Halfway through the sesh, we have a tot of rum for mates we've lost. And a new one to join us for the first time. Matt Mackay, he's a good lad. He's done well out of all of us. High-ranking man. He's coming to the next one as well. Good to see you. Good thing about travel lodge now, when you say, what can we do different to all this crap? So the last twice I says, don't put poached eggs out and fried eggs out. They go like rubber after a bit. People will wait. It's only going to be a minute. You can do a poached egg or fried egg in a bloody minute. So they do. Order when you want them. And he's already got the hot water on boil. So there's me 3 poached eggs. Yes. I'll nick this off the post during the week. This was a year after us, obviously. But that's where our next reunion is going to be, down Ipswich. HMS Ganges training base used to be. And they've re-erected the mast. So they've got a museum down there of HMS Ganges itself. And surrounding the mast is a housing estate. God knows how they got away with that. But that'll be a good one. That's end of July. Got to get them in because we're dying off too quick. Right, me and the hound. Luckily, the Comfrey got the job by the council. It's come through, and the nettles. So I'm jobbing them. Seaweed, Boston stuff. Both grapevines are going haywire. Everything's kicking back into life now. These was left outside in the sun. Plus, I've got air movements as well, so that's drying it off. I mentioned last week about my fruit trees. I help out with germination. If the sun's out, I've got a little soft brush, and I just leg it about. But if you ain't got a soft brush, just use a pipe cleaner. Just to help them out, pollination. Composting, smaller the ingredients, the better. There's all my different ingredients. Just mix that lot up, bung it in. Don't forget, I'm starting from scratch again, so there's only about 8 inches now of brew in there. Keep it moist, look after the worms. Right, that's where my pots are going back out, where they used to be. Me Gladys. Looks a bit like rain, so my seaweed's got to go back in the tunnel. I've left some room there for him. Perfect. Because I've got good air ventilation. So, say a week or so, that'll be nice and crisp. Trimming peaches, I'm smacking into the top of the tunnel. I've still got to sort out here what I'm going to do with these 3 ends at the top. Or chop them later, well, after this growing season. So I can have 1 big dollop there and 2 dollops down the bottom. Still got to have a meeting. Red currant, he's got loads of fruit on, first year this year. If I looked at my fruit, I've always said fruit will give you a good year, then next year it'll have a rest. Just to get fruit off it, will they have a rest? And this year, everything is going signs. All these have all got fruit on. 2 different grapevines. That first one was off my mate John Murphy down south. This was another chap. Doing well. Checking my propagator, still full. As soon as something comes out, something else will go back in. Found some more gladioli cormlets, and these was a corker last year. So I've got to get
Nick,
them popular. Yes, mate.
on your grapevine,
Yeah,
it's my third year. I haven't got any fruit off it. You just run one main vine up through the tunnel, do you?
yeah.
Cool.
I don't too much daylight being stopped coming in. I mean, them
Yeah.
give me loads of grapes, more than what I want. I just want it for the show, plus me wine, and that's it.
Just one main vine. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, Father just used to let his go, but then he had shade in the greenhouse,
Yeah, that's what I was
and
thinking.
it's all come what you know what you want best of. Bit of paper in the bottom, say an inch away. I keep loads of these trays, so I bung my little corn, and there's hoards on them. I'm gonna spend all day putting them the right way up, so I've just bunged them in. Whether that'll work or not, I don't know. But I'll tell you later on when they start sprouting. Good drop of water, and then everything else is in the tunnel, which hasn't got my seed hoses around. Like stuff is growing in the tunnel. They've got the watering hoses. So the stuff in the pots, I've got to give them a good watering. That's what them lot about. Keep an eye on these and turn them. If them turning towards the sun, then I turn round to the way. Same as the stuff in the greenhouse as well. If they need a watering, then they'll have a watering. Perfect. If there's no roundabout, that shed door is left open as well. So there's air ventilation there. I'm just making sure this is nice and clear away from these fruit trees. Found this in the drawer. We was in some kits, obviously, in the West Indies. Things about the West Indies, we was out there in the monsoon season when they have hurricanes. Luckily, we have nothing like that, but we had some nasty weather. And there was about 3 of us on the beach, and you could see the ship anchored out, and a hoolie come up while I was there, and the ship sailed away, pulled up anchor and legged it because there was a high winds coming in, and just in case it dragged the anchor, they cleared off and thought, bloody Nora, we went to sleep in the nick overnight. But earlier on, we went to this boozer, Green Corner, and I went for a piddle in the loo, and this West Indian chap come in, obviously a local, and he heard me talking to my mate. He says, you sound like a brummie. I says, I am, all gone. He says, I used to work on the buses in Brum. I thought, bloody Nora. Anyway, we got talking. Never spent another penny. He took us back home, me and mate, and had his own distillery in the side of the mountain, making his own rum. It was evil, evil stuff. Good lad. Right, pet spending the money and a bit of a wardrobe thing or cabinet, and this crap was in. I thought, that's a nice little bag. I'm going to use that later on. Doing my compost tea. Perfect. Right, keep my eye on this lot. Need thinning out. So I'm going to thin them out. All the new shoots that are coming up the stem, I don't need them. I only need them across the top. They're Malang free and they'll be nice and clean. Then we're going to smack into some of. Plus it's going to stop the daylight coming in. So the lot of them come off. And these lot, every other one, take off. Perfect. These lot get chopped up. Spray again. You might have sprayed one day, next day, the eggs, what they've laid, have hatched out. You see where they've splattered them and they're all on the back of the wall. These lot have started coming out. The canner's perfect. He's been moved around from the side round to the front because that plant is now in the middle of the patio. So he's got more sun. He's got sun on the morning from this side, sun in the afternoon from that side. Perfect. And the flowers that are on are turning now into fruit. So that's the first year, that's a pear. It's got it. Bloody council. I've trimmed this bloody side of the path again. Luckily they've missed me comfrey, which is there. Good job. Right, checking everything. These are drying out quick. Luckily for me, I'm retired, so I can I'll go up to the greenhouse most of the time. But I had this crap when I was at work as well. Get the missus to open the door and everything. Strawberries, if they do fruit, I'll just pinch them off a bit earlier. Not many photos from the porch, looking up the back of the garden. So there's my raised beds up the side. So there's gold raspberries, exhibition peas, and red raspberries. 3 more raised beds there. And then the blue and white bells coming through now. Greenhouse getting chopped up. If there's a bit of cloud about or wind, it's just wedged out. These are still untied or unscrewed. If it warms up a bit, then I'll put a bottle under the windows. Or if there's no wind at all and the sun is out, then it'll be full length. These lot are jobbed on the other vine as well. I noticed this little chap. I'm going to give you a good home, sir. So I'll put him inside the greenhouse on one of the canners. It's a bit of a green fly on it. Kitchen waste, Delphinium blue. How long does a seed last? Don't know. So far, don't look very promising. But I thought I'm going to try her anyway. So just on the surface, just one thin layer of vermiculite. Bung him in the propagator. I think I had 2 lots with him, Delphinium. Them lot is me chili, which I had off Scott. Mixed chili. If I run out of scraps, if I've had all my tea, then next day I've got no scraps. So I usually have toast. And that was 3 gems I did last year and exhibited. And then I always have a spare. But the first blueberry I did last year, beautiful. Doing that again. It is a Boston jam. Right, looking into this chap, it's either too dry or too wet. So I'm going to get feed anyway. Pick me up. How to use, when to use. Everything's before the early spring to late summer. Early spring, early spring still bloody wet and cold as a fart. So yeah. Read the instructions, only put in what it says. So I bung that in there, then I pour some out, put that back in there to mix it up. So he's going to have a good soaking. Blueberry, ericaceous. Rose feed, so I'm feeding everything. So I fed all the roses. Fig tree feed. Fig's doing well this year as well. Got loads of fruit on him. I think this is my 3rd year. I had enough figs off last year to put in a collection of fruit for our show. This year he's doing Boston. Right, 5 different brews of Osmuck. He's going in here, help me blackberry out. At the end of the season this year, he'll be taken out, upended, and I'll put a good dollop of muck under his arrows just to lift him straight up. But in the meantime, I'm taking that spent tops off the top, putting that mixed muck under him, and then putting that mulch back on top again. So I took my umps off, put the muck in, turn the mulch. Right, squirrel. was after his bloody nuts again. So I've got to knit that as well. Yes. Get him another waiter. I think he had about 3 waiters and there's nothing coming out, which tells me he was dry, but he didn't feel it when I tipped him up. Still felt heavy. All the bloody holes blocked, which he didn't because I've checked that before. After the 3rd one, he did start coming out. Good. So I like the canners. Get a bit of sun behind them, and it shows the colours up, especially the variegated leaves. Love them. Thursday, when we have this, bring a boy, half of this stuff will be gone. Meaning I've got a bit of room, then I'll start splitting these canners. Looking forward to that. Get him a good rating as well. Just checking these at this side, that wire. Right, I had a virus last week on this bloody thing. I knew there's something playing up. And, everything had come through now. I'll just show it then. And this is where on Messenger on Facebook. Benson, you're more like clicking on it, but just don't open any of these. It's just shit what they send you. I read through that crap. It says, yeah, virus. I said, you got to report it, which I did. And they sort them out then. Anything that comes through on your messenger on Facebook, you can report it. And they'll look into it. But basically, just be careful. One of the trees I've noticed before, I mean, it's been there for bloody moons. I don't know why. Well, I saw looking at the leaves on these, weird. Nice colour though, from a distance. Bloody corker, and the tree's huge. Bloody Boston. Loads of blossom about. Paul, sorry mate, I'll just see your hand.
Yeah, it's a witch elm, that is, Mick.
Was it?
Yeah, Jared looked it up on his phone today.
Ah,
Because I was looking at the leaves on it. I thought how unusual it looked.
yeah, that's what.
So he put it in and found come up with witch elm.
Ah,
It's a cracking tree though, isn't it?
bloody is, and nice green colour as well. No other trees that colour.
It resembles ops, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Our corker. Cheers for that, Paul. Someone asked us about liquid fish again earlier on, so I'll bug this on for her. But it's an excellent feed for everything. If the drug is used, it's got to be good. This was Lidl during the week. They've now got fruit trees out. I think that was £9 each. And they've even got the flowers are turning into fruit, look. So you're going to have fruit, the fuchsia, there's loads on that one as well. In fact, all on them. Perfect. Kate gooseberries, got to put these on ready for the bring and buy. Next pot size up. He'll pick up when he gets some weight on his house. Look at I've got loads of these spare pots. I've got to go down the nursery again next week. Get some more pots. Good idea though. If they bin them, surplus. Nice white roots, tells me, yeah, that's the time to pot him on. So I'm trialing, this is the peat free compost, trialing one with them as well. And my own compost and clover compost. So still trialing, there's my own. Take my worms out. Bung them in my tray once I've finished. There's 4 I've done. I think there's another 4 to do in the end as well. So 2, 4, yeah, 8 to go down. So it's 3 I'm trialing, 3 different compost, and the other 5 down to the bring it by Thursday. Right, in there, Peony is coming out. He's a bit slow, that's why I put him in someone else will replace him. That one, because he ain't very big. Just do a swap. And that one there, Acacia, is coming out as well. In fact, that's the one that's just come out. And there's his big brother. Them two will be going down the Bringer Boy. Pot him on. Sweet peas. These are going through nicely. There's another 2 scented sweet peas there, them nearly showing signs. And I think there's half the strawberries going down as well. Right, these lot have had a good watering. They'll go back in the greenhouse before the night sets in, because it's still getting cold nights. Really cold again last night. Then was off Scott, mixed chilies. That's why he bought the packet. When I remember, I'll go in and turn the seaweed, but it's crisping up nicely. Snapdragon, these are the tall mixed. These are under the stage, but in the afternoon, it's got the sun on there when it is out. So you've got at least 3 hours of sun on there.
Mick,
Yes, mate.
what do you do with your seaweed once it's dry? Just crush it up.
I'll chop it up in a bucket with edge shears, then put it through the strimmer twice. Then I can use it by a fistful instead of putting it on. I'll just use it as a compost ingredient.
Okay, you don't put it direct onto the beds or anything, huh?
No. You can do.
Yeah.
Plus, if you do get seaweed, don't get washing it off. The salts that are on it are good salts. Because I used to wash it off years ago. And I found out I'm good salt. It's common sense, isn't it? They're going to be good salts. It's natural.
Yeah.
There's crap salts everywhere to die. Must have had a small tea during the week. Nice some rice, tin of rice pud. I had for yonks. Got to have a bit of jam in. Boston. This is about 4 days ago. They forecast a frost. So I bloody covered everything. Did we have the frost? No. If I had covered, we would have had it. Sweet candle seed. This is me stump carrot bed for this year. That's where I'm going. I kept them from last year. Bottle tops. Just chop the top off. Them in little greenhouses. Take the netting off. That was on to keep the squirrels and the cats off it. That's where the seeds are going. All measured out with my labels up. Put my stick back in the bit of wire. Don't use cold water because I've got a kettle. This brew is mixed up with Wicker. So them lot went to the ball rolls. Because we've had a couple of days of rain, these have dropped down slightly. So that has been topped up, just get level with the rest of the brew. Water it in so it sinks a bit in. That's with all of them. Now I'm going to start. If there was any weeds, I think there was 3. So I jobbed them. Checking these chaps as well. Fact, you can't see him there, so we zoom in. That's below the knuckle, so take him off. If you've got a nail, like I have thumbnail, just snap him off. And seal him with a bit of runny honey. Right, get my seed ready, my carrot seed. So I'll get another tray again. The wind don't blow it about so much easier. So them have been on an hour or so, just warming the soil up slightly. We got the sun out. Take him off. That's the center of the growing medium. That's why the label's in there. So I'm taking him out. Do one, I'll make it all. Get me 3 seeds per station. ready to go in. They've gone in. Get some more compost. All I'm doing is picking it up by the label, putting $1 in. I'll fill it, so I'll put another $1 in, then a third. So it is just above. So it does have a weight, then that will drop down again. Small rows, these are perfect on these bottles. We flogged these down our trading shit. I think they're 50p. I'm doing well now because people are learning about them. But that's all them lot done. Half hour later, I'll give them another watering. If they need leveling up with the compost, I'll put some more compost on. Then the tops will go back on, and then I'll water around it. And that seals any gaps around that, so it is like a little greenhouse for it. Which worked because that evening I had a little bit of a frost. Right, cats, pigeons, squirrels, all are netted. So I've done the two sides, then they'll be permanent. I've done the front. What I've got to do is lift that now onto the top, where I've got to do the top as well. So I only had 2 bits of netting, so I had to sew it with a bit of wire. Perfect. A spare compost for me, mate. I loved it. Arthur next door, obviously, LC is starting his stuff off. Peas are coming through, taters. Just put his well on it just. His beans out, but he's getting it bad now. Age, walking unsteady, and it's gonna bloody kill him when he has to pick up. His missus ain't very well either. We'll come to that eventually, I suppose. Right, that's the top done. So the top and the sides, permanent. The front just lifts up as I've just lifted up there. So I can get into everything. Perfect. Fuchsia I got from a talk a while back. I'm training him into a standard. Obviously, I've got to pinch him out. Just shape him a bit, turn him around, shape him. Perfect. Mixed Magic Chili. These are the ones that I kept in the propagator because I want them as big as I can. Keep one myself, and the rest will go for the bring it by Thursday. It's a nice thick root on the canners. Yeah, and he's potting on. New shoots coming out at the bottom as well. Perfect. Next pot size up. Don't be too big, you ain't got enough bloody room in the greenhouse. That's when you know you got the bug. Nice and upright. Firming around the outside. Perfect. First of next month, World Garden Naked Day. That's what I look like, but I still have leaf mold on me, not rose petals. I think John Murphy gave me this last time he come to the show last year, using a contact for the hydroponic shop. And I'd heard this before, but never seen it. I found it out. Read all the instructions. Yeah. And then when I smelt it, I thought I've smelt that before. But it's a good brew. Once you've opened, it's got to be used. Obviously, that was a seal. It's got to be used within 6 months. But the good thing about this, you can use it as a feed and as a foliar feed as well. So I put the date on when I've got to use it by. And everything at it. It smells something similar to molasses.
Funny enough, Mick, he gave me some as well a couple of years ago. I haven't used it since the garage.
Yeah. Find it out. It's Boston stuff. You might recognise the smell as soon as you have a whiff. If it's an hydroponic shop, It's got to be a good brew. But when the sun went off everything, I had it as well. Right, looking at my tree stump, yeah, it's soaked in my J's fluid, so I'm going to give him another drink. So I've topped him up. These lot are going to get potted on, ready for our bring and buy. These trays I was given a while back, I thought perfect. Because drinking cups sit in them nice. I don't mind getting drinking cups away. So I put compost in the bottom so it brings them up level to the top. Just fill it at the top and just rub my hand across. Lift the tray up, put my other hand underneath, or drop the tray on my hand and then it drops down. So I'll do the same again. Right, ready to go out. Perfect. Fill the gaps in. I think I did 3 of them. And just pick them up ready for Thursday. We get a bit of heat. Not going to get much sun, more sun today. So started spraying with my new brew, chicken, and everything at it. Fruit trees, gladdies, a lot. Everything inside the greenhouse. Inside the tunnel, outside, the lot. Look me foliar feeds. And if you got some left, just feed something with it. Perfect. Right, level with trays again underneath. Because these are all potted on. Luckily, I could just get 4 in there. Mate was looking after me upstairs. Good lad. That's looking through the shed window at me Gladys. So luckily, if the sun is out, go back on him. He's got the sun all day. So coming up from there, going down here. Plus, if the door's open as well, to have it on the afternoon. So on the evening, that's still the situation now. Just eating that end bit. This was what day did we go? 3 days ago. Went out with Mickey Boy. He was hungry. Our door has been through the wars as well. Bloody cancer shit. But a good meal. Good to see him. Nick, this one, War Peru, but it's somewhere similar. And they've got raised beds, even if you've got a sloping mountain hill, whatever you call it. Still make raised beds out of them. Love it. Seen this advertised, this paper. Yes, that'll be a good one. France versus England. Right, me YouTube post. One thing I've never done, and Money Boost does it every bloody time. If you like what you see, subscribe and click the bell as well, because I ain't getting many hits. And he says, you don't bloody tell people. Yes, Lizzie. Lizzie, you got a question? Just come in if you have. The missus has let me put all my bottles from the mob, the Windies and the Far East out in view. That's just potting off my garlic. Look, this is sat behind the shed. Mal, he's a good lad. He bought me some spare spray, not spray croissants, spare exhibition croissants. Potted them up for our bring them by Thursday. He could talk for bloody England, but he's a good lad. Mick bought his Canada. I've got to suss him out. Told him what to do, but all he needs a bread knife, and I'm going to sort him out Tuesday. Sort that out for him. Quite a few Saturday actually. Before I started piddling. There's my first flower down the side. That'll be plastered with flowers this time next year. And them 2 pallets of compost have nearly gone. So I've got to order them again. All fertiliser put in alphabetical order. So easy to get to. Front of the house, azaleas. Because these are feed as well. You just start throwing some fruit. And go back on that one. Alstroemeria is throwing some flowers. That's the old weather starts picking up. Pots in the greenhouse, need them for potting these up. They're all exhibition and they're all marked up. Perfect. So I'm just slicing through these, then I can upend them easier. Billy Bell, I've heard of that name before. But yeah, perfect. All these was out the bin from the nursery. Luckily, I got about 8 or 9 in one solid seed tray. So I did 1, 2, there's 3 trays here I filled up. And I was also given these trays as well, that I'll fill them up as well. So them will be flogged as 4s. The others will be singles or 2s. But utilising space in the greenhouse, you'll find room. Like there's pots there, so I can wedge 1 on top of 3 pots. There's another one there wedged on top. Them all in the same boat. There's a small one on top of my propagator. This chap, because I need the room, is good in the kitchen because he'll soon be in flower. So I bugged him in the kitchen and he was a bit low in the pot. So I took 2 trays down, tried them, which one will lift him up. Perfect. That'll do. This was yesterday's game. Brilliant. Boston game. Women's Six Nations. Grand Slam champions. Perfect. They're probably better than the blokes. Those bloody quick areas. There's a gaffer, they nearly cussed when they put all this